Today is the 67th day of the practice of the Bhagavad Gita. And as I said yesterday, we are doing the next shlok as we had done yesterday, 27th. Today we are doing the 28th shlok of the 18th Adhyay. Chapter 18, verse 28. Let me read it out. Ayukta prakrita stabda shato naishkriti kolasa vishadi dirgha sutri cha karta tamasa uchyate. Lacking piety and self-control, uncultured, arrogant, deceitful, inclined to rob others of their livelihood, slothful, despondent, and procrastinating, such a doer is called tamassic. So, yesterday we did the lakshans of a doer who is rajasically inclined. Today's shloka, which is number 28, gives us 8 lakshans of a tamasic doer. So I will take 4 today and 4 tomorrow. As I said yesterday, why are we studying rajasic and tamasic lakshans of a doer? Surely we don't want to. Surely we don't want, somebody's audio is not on mute, so they can just put it on mute right now. So we are studying the tamasic and rajasic lakshans of a doer, just so that in case there's a slight bit of that tamasic element in our actions, we can immediately pick it up and we can immediately correct it. And I really request you, please do not use these lakshans to judge other people or compare them with anyone. This is purely for self-evaluation. The first lakshan in the book calls it lacking piety and self-control, but I would like to change the translation a little bit and say lacking stability and steadiness, because that's the real meaning, yukta. Lacking stability and steadiness. What it really means is that the person who is tamasic and doing actions has very little or no control over himself and cannot stay steady in any activity. The tendency will always be to start an activity, but then they drop the activity over a course of time. They do not wait for it to reach its goal. So obviously, this is not something that a sadhak on a spiritual path would like to have. Obviously, we would like to have determination. So as a sadhak, our sadhana would be to develop determination, develop titiksha, develop resoluteness, so that we can reach the ultimate goal of our human life, which is moksha. So that's the first sadhana, to develop determination and titiksha. Then the second lakshan of a tamasic doer is prakrita, uncultured and unrefined. So the way to explain that is that if there's a small child, let's say a 1-year-old child or a 1.5-year-old child, that child is still very natural in its behavior. She or he has not yet got any training in good manners, in etiquette, on how to have a refined speech, how to behave in front of visitors, or how to behave in public or with elders. So they just do whatever they feel like doing. They touch anything they feel like touching. They say anything that comes in their mind, and they will sit in any way. They will not think, oh, guests are there, I should sit like this, I should talk like this. This is all excusable when it happens with a small child. We excuse it. But when this kind of behavior is in an adult, then it is not acceptable, then it is not excusable, then we call that person uncultured or unrefined, prakrita. So what obviously could be the sadhana? That sadhana would be that you would have to be in the company of a mentor, someone the person respects, and learn good manners, learn some etiquette, learn the triple filter test, learn how to behave in public, and then you would, because to be like this is not sattvic, it's tamasic, and it cannot take you, because you have no control over your speech or your actions or your behavior. This is not acceptable. There is no self-restraint here. So that is why such traits are called tamasic traits. Then the third lakshan Bhagwan is giving Arjun is stabdha. Stabdha means stubborn, arrogant, just wanting to do whatever they want to do. They will not bend down to anybody else's opinion or viewpoint. They will not even acknowledge their own faults. They will not acknowledge their own weaknesses. It's very difficult to correct or change such a person because they won't even acknowledge that they need to be changed or that anything is wrong with them. They will have that ahankar almost of saying, I am right, no matter what anyone else says, I will just continue to do things the way I want to do them. And you know, even if they themselves recognize after a while that what that person said was right, and actually I'm wrong, yet they will not change because it's a question of their pride. So very difficult to give a sadhana to such a person because they don't believe that there is anything wrong with them. I think the only thing that can help such a person is continuous satsang, continuously hearing shravan of the truths over a period of many years. And eventually, I think, if they have faith in the satsang that they are attending, if they have that faith, then eventually there will be a crack in their behavior and they will accept that certain things that I do or believe in need to be changed. Today is the last one, is the fourth one, shato. Shato means these people are deceitful, they are dishonest, okay? They cannot be trusted, they cannot be depended on because, you know, they have some of these other traits which we've just discussed. They will do whatever they need to do to prove their point, to get their way, and they will secretly manipulate situations. Just even if it gives sorrow to other people, they will manipulate the situation to suit themselves. So those ways could possibly be dishonest ways or deceitful ways. Once again, very difficult to give a sadhana to this kind of a person. But I think what is required to help this person come out is compassionate nurturing to lift this person out of the tamas, out of the morass of unethical behavior, and show him compassionately, shanai shanai, that there is always a better way for them to move forward in their own highest interest. So just like yesterday, you know, we said that all the rajasic traits of a rajasic doer required bhakti to come out of that. I see a trend in the tamasic doer that they cannot come out on their own. They need a helping hand from a mentor, from a guru, from satsangis to help them, give them a helping hand compassionately to lift them out of tamas. And these are just 4 of the lakshans of a tamasic doer. Tomorrow, I will do the other 4. And I just hope that nobody recognizes these faults in them. You are all satsangis, but it's part of the Bhagavad Gita and it's part of what Bhagwan has told Arjun. So I must also tell this to you.